Hello, I'm Laura. It's Thursday, December 4th, 2025, and these are today's Heartlines. Our theme for Heartlines this week is hope and faith. And we are looking at our world today where so much is happening that calls for hope and faith in very special ways. So today we are emphasizing making our faith real through our hopeful words and positive actions. We have a Cyclone Senyar, in Southeast Asia that has created so much flooding in Indonesia, Sri Lanka, Thailand, and Vietnam. More than 1,300 people have been killed and much property lost. And people are in need. They're hungry. And in Ukraine and Gaza and Sudan, all war-torn countries, we have people going hungry. Here in the United States, and in my home anyway, perhaps not in yours, but in the United States, we have higher unemployment and rising food and healthcare prices, also creating greater hunger among our population. And we also have the heartfelt responses that are happening from people, giving to food banks, giving to organizations on Giving Tuesday, and it doesn't have to stop there. We can actually choose regularly one thing to contribute to that helps the hungry people of the world. And what are they hungry for? They are hungry for peace, for loving care, and for the basic requirement of nutritious food. And it is our hopeful thinking that feeding people, that ending hunger is possible. It is our hopeful thinking that peace is possible that calls us to action. And whether or not we see these things in our lifetime, we contribute to them for so many people around the world when we give just a little bit in one special way. For me, I like to give to the International Rescue Committee because it does so much good in the way of health care and of feeding people in a lot of countries around the world, especially those that are dealing with war and natural disasters. So if you, again, have given on Giving Tuesday, congratulations and thank you. And if you're being called to give further, perhaps at the right time, your heart will guide you in taking that action. And it's those actions that really make something real. You know, in our booklet, I'm having to reach for it here, in our booklet, With Love at Christmas, our writer for the message today, Reverend Jean-Marie Eck, emphasizes the importance of not just speaking our words, but of being the embodiment of the creative word of the universe that can do so much good. And he points to Mary, who was willing to be that for her world, to give birth to a child who brought hope to the world. This is a universal message of courage and faith and the willingness to be and do what it takes to make a difference. And Mary said in her encounter with the angel, "Here am I, let it be with me according to your word," according to that creative word of the universe that her heart was open to and that embodied itself in and through her and is doing so right now in and through you. So how can we empower our faith with hopeful words and positive actions? Well, we can start with a time of quiet and affirmation. So let's take a deep breath right now and close our eyes. and focus on this affirmative thought. I make my faith real through hopeful words and positive action. I make my faith real through hopeful words and positive action. And so it is. You know, as I sit here in my little kitchen nook in front of the baker's shelves, which make a perfect setting for Advent, for the Advent season, I celebrate this season with you because whether or not you are part of the Christian faith, it really does have universal messages of hope and faith and peace and love and joy, which will be unfolding through the weeks to come. And we will also look at how those messages are shared through other holidays of a universal nature. But for today, let's really empower that faith that we all have within us through our hopeful words and positive actions in our communities, in our nations, and in our world. And we ourselves will feel connected with that wonderful power and with people everywhere. Thank you for connecting with me today, and have a wonderful day.